Hodge podcast. We have returned after a week-long break, but I am your host, Steve Hodge, and joining me as always is my co-host, cousin, and lover, Kevin Hodge.
Hello, everybody.
And we have a special guest today, but before we get to him, Kevin, can we just talk about how much we hate the name Doug?
I'll be a Doug.
I could be a Doug. Anyway, joining us
Such a stupid fucking name.
Yeah, exactly. Joining us today is my brother, Doug Hodge.
Hello.
So he's part of the Hodge podcast,
Thank
in
you
a way.
for the kind words.
Yes. Well, it has nothing to do with you personally. We just hate the name Doug.
And all those with the name.
Yes.
Exactly. It's your fault, but it's also not your fault.
You picked the name.
Yeah. So
When I was creating a character, I fucked up. Picked the wrong name.
So yeah, last week we didn't record because our lives have been all bundled and shit. So we are all jumbled. I guess. Whatever. And so we just didn't have time to record, so we just didn't. So, but we're back because the hundreds and millions of listeners we have were very sad, wondering where we were.
Yeah, we're dedicated, so we're back. Yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah, so this week, even though we've been gone for 2 weeks, we have nothing to rant about, so I guess we could just hop right into
Which, I mean, is kind of a good thing, I guess. Nothing's happened to piss me off to the point where I felt like I needed to yell at a microphone and make people listen to me, so that's good.
I mean, well, the one thing I do know is that when I was looking at iTunes today to, like, kind of look at CDs that had come out and what are coming out and stuff, Sam Hunt's song is the #1 song on the radio and on iTunes right now, but...
Yeah, I saw that, but I saw that with the Saving Country Music article where he kind of wrote about how it was the same situation as like when Cruise came out, where it like dominated the radio for a long period of time, and then that dictated what country music was going to be for like the next several years, and he was kind of like warning like hey, let's not do that again, especially because like country music in the mainstream has been kind of turning, like with Sturgill Simpson and Chris Stapleton being so, well respected and winning awards and shit. Like we're on a good track, so this body like a Backroad nonsense is kind of, it is slightly alarming, where it's just like, oh, we could just take a bunch of steps back right now and just be like, oh, well, we're back to bro country nonsense.
That's my rant. That song is fucking awful.
Yeah, it's
terrible.
Like it is a bad country song because it's not a country song, it's a pop song, but it's bad just because it's genuinely a bad song.
Oh no, yeah, it is a terrible song.
It's not good. I don't know how people.
I really did think that the Backroad trend was gone. Like everything's a Backroad. Blah blah. Truck, my lifted truck in a forest, and we're drinking.
Yeah.
Well, when you're Sam Hunt and you just have to be like, using a speak and spell of country words in order to write your songs, that he's got like, oh, Backroad, that's the one. And so he's just like, all right, how can I objectify women and try to reach out to a country audience? Body equals Backroad. Nailed it.
Yeah.
I think he legitimately like just listens to old Jason Aldean songs and just steals like half their lyrics and then just changes the tunes, and that's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Add some EDM beats and
exactly, and some auto tune, and then here we are.
It's not good. But that would be the only thing I would have to rant about, but that's so I mean we could just hop right into the topic.
So the rant was Sam Hunt is still breathing. Got it.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much our rant every week. It comes around to that eventually.
Yeah, basically. It's like, oh, still here, guys.
Yeah.
Still ruining my day, one song at a time.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so this week we decided to go back, dip back into the mainstream, just do a nice easy one since he had a CD come out the other week. We'll do talk about some Brad Paisley, especially because he's one of my favorites. He's the one who inspired me to play guitar and everything.
Mr. Bard Pusla.
Mard Pusla. He's a great pan flute.
He's a short Indonesian man
who plays pan flute and reggae. But yeah, obviously he has a huge discography to get into, so we don't really want to talk about his. It's not his whole life thing. I mean, the thing about him is, if you really want to talk about it, he's from West Virginia, right? I didn't look that up. Yeah, he's and he began playing at 8, and he is writing songs by 13, which is when he wrote that Born on Christmas Day song, which is on his Christmas album, which I know is your favorite CD of his.
All right, we can take a quick segue. Because I ranted about this on the pod before about how
I don't
Christmas
know.
music bugs me. Okay, so all right, everyone
And every
listening,
artist does it. It's so annoying.
Exactly. So everyone, just hear me out for a second.
It can't be worth the time to put out are they really selling that many of them?
They
Think
people
that
buy
that's the
them
only
because-
reason why they would do it is if they were making
people
money
buy
off
them.
it.
It's a
But
cash grab.
That's the thing that pisses me off. Is just like people listen to Christmas music around Christmas like every year as if it's like something new, and it's the same goddamn songs. Just people are doing them differently. And if you thought about that on like an actual like just music in general, like no one would be okay with like, oh, it's June, now we get to listen to the June music again. Like that's not okay.
4th of July is the only time anyone listens to Lee Greenwood.
That's the only time anyone should listen to Lee Green.
Can you imagine like having like I don't know 7 or 8 artists' Christmas albums, and you hit like randomize and you hear fucking Winter Wonderland like 7 times in a row from 7 different artists?
I have them all saved.
But that's literally
I would go
what people
insane.
do.
I would
That's
go
what the
crazy.
radio station is around Christmas. It's just,
I love
now we
Christmas.
just played Jingle Bells, now let me play you Jingle Bells. And after
Yeah.
that, fucking Jingle Bells.
Except at a different octave this time.
Yeah, it's the same shit. And then they'll have they have the the quote unquote classics that they also play a million times. So these old fuckers are just getting royalty checks every single year. Like, look at these idiots still playing my version of Jingle Bells from 1970. Dumbasses.
Hey,
Yeah.
whatever. Well, I figured around Christmas we could do an episode on country Christmas albums, and like obviously the ones that they do that everyone knows, like Winter Wonderland and Jingle Bells, and they kind of do ones that they've written themselves. I figure we could do that around Christmas, and you could just hate your life the entire time.
I was going to say, we can do that, and I'll just be yelling the entire time, like right now, about how fucking stupid the whole thing is, but,
I want to hear about the Christmas where Daddy went to go get a pack of cigarettes and didn't come back. That's what I want to hear about.
That's my and Doug's life. We don't have a father.
Yeah, he's gone.
It's going to be really funny when your dad listens to this episode.
Yeah.
From his trailer that he lives in, probably because he doesn't live with us anymore because he left us.
Yep.
It's amazing he even found out about the podcast. I don't know.
I know, right? He's keeping tabs on us still, I guess. But
It's Ggerg Egdoh.
It's Ggerg Egdoh, the MySpace pedophile. All right, we got to do that quick story. All right, so when we were in middle school and maybe late elementary school, I don't remember what it was, but that's when
Whenever MySpace was
that's
cool.
when MySpace came out, and me, Doug, and our brother Chris were all on it. And so to stalk us to see what we're doing, my dad made a MySpace profile to be able to keep tabs on us, but he didn't want us to know it was him, so he put his name in backwards as his name, which is Ggerg Egdoh instead of Greg Hodge. And we're like, Dad, that makes you sound like a pedophile just trying to watch children. So he
Stalking
became
kids on the internet.
so he became Ggerg Egdoh, the MySpace pedophile.
Yeah.
I have been laughing
'Cause, to
for
be
a
fair-
minute straight.
To be fair, this was the time of the internet when you were supposed to stay anonymous, and
Yeah.
people started not being anonymous.
So ever since then, Ggerg Egdoh, the MySpace pedophile, has been born.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You should release a Christmas album.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh God. Anyway,
It's free advertising on MySpace, I hear.
so do you know the song?
Exactly, pay us.
Do you know the song "Another You" by David Kirsch?
I don't think so.
I've actually been listening. I actually was listening to it a bunch recently. It's on my Heartfelt playlist, which has 120 followers on Spotify. And
I'm going to literally end you.
yeah, but it's on that. But I was listening to it, and it's like talking about moving on and finding another girl, and it's like there'll be another day, another something, another that, but there'll never be another you. And it was a song that I think peaked at number 3 or something on the charts back in the 90s, and it was written by Brad Paisley. I didn't know that until I was looking him up today. And so I'll probably put that song on the playlist. It's a really good song, but yeah, I found out it was written by Paisley like early in his career, and interested me. But yeah, so I thought that was cool because I guess he has other writing credits on some other songs that went, they went pretty well. Because obviously most artists, they do start off as songwriters. Like Lee Brice was a songwriter for a long time. Chris Stapleton obviously was a songwriter for a long time. Brantley Gilbert, yeah. So that's how a lot of people. I think even Eric Church wrote a bunch of songs early on. I think we talked about him, but yeah, and he was also the youngest member to ever join the Grand Ole Opry at 28. He was inducted.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then his big break. I mean, he had number ones on his first CD, but his big breakout hit that got him on the map was "I'm Gonna Miss Her," and that song was originally going to be recorded by George Strait, Alan Jackson, and Garth Brooks. All looked at that song, but they ended up passing on it. But they were all going to at one point have it on a CD. Yeah, but so Paisley released it, and that obviously became a huge hit for him. But,
Yep.
Yeah. Who would have thought we're going to be shitting on Garth Brooks? What an idiot! He's only like one of the best country singers of all time.
Yeah, George Strait, he only has, 50-something number one hits? Maybe 60-something? I can't remember.
Yeah, well, now he could have had one more.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I thought that was because I remember actually reading about that in his biography, which my parents got me for Christmas a couple years ago. Honestly, I don't remember too much of it. I read it in one sitting because it was a pretty short book, but it was a good book.
No, you're just that good of a reader, Steve.
Yeah, I read goodly.
Steve doesn't know how to read. It was an audiobook.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing before we got into his discography is obviously, as I said, he writes pretty much all of his own stuff. But I wrote down,
including the bad ones.
Yeah, I wrote down the ones he didn't write. Like he wrote all the songs on "Who Needs Pictures," his first CD, but only didn't write 2 songs on Part 2. "You'll Never Leave Harlan Alive" and "Too Country." He didn't write those. And then, on all of his CDs, he usually has like a traditional Christian song, and obviously he didn't write those. But, and then "Mud on the Tires," he didn't write. "Ain't Nothing Like," "Famous People," "Best Thing I Had Going," which actually was written by Chris Stapleton. I saw when I was looking it up, which is kind of cool. "Is It Raining at Your House?" And the most surprising one is he didn't write "Whiskey Lullaby."
Yeah, I don't know. That one doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah, but then on "Time Well Wasted," he didn't write "Out in the Parking Lot," "Love Is Never Ending," "Time Well Wasted," and then the 2 big ones he didn't write were "Waiting on a Woman" and "When I Get Where I'm Going."
Yeah, the not writing "Waiting on a Woman" was the one that surprised me the most.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, because that definitely is a very Paisley song. Then on "Fifth Gear," he didn't write "It Did," "Oh Love," "Better Than This," "Bigger Fish to Fry," and "When We All Get to Heaven," which none of those really surprised me. They're all pretty much B-side songs. He wrote, or I didn't really write down, on "Play," he didn't write "Start a Band," but I didn't look at the other songs. I know most of the instrumentals he wrote, but...
well, if it's instrumental, how could he not write it? Yeah. I guess he could not write it, but he'd just be like, I saw this dude rip a massive guitar lick, and now I'm going to do it.
Yeah. He wrote every song on "American Saturday Night." He wrote... on "This Is Country Music," he wrote all of them except "Toothbrush," which isn't a very good song anyway, and then "A Man Don't Have to Die," which was actually written by Josh Thompson.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that was kind of cool. Then he wrote all of them on "Wheelhouse," "Moonshine," "Moonshine the Trunk." He didn't write "Gone Green," and then he wrote all of them on "Love and War." So he's been writing all of his own stuff recently. Actually,
yeah, but like I said, where he also writes the terrible stuff.
Yeah,
he wrote "Accidental Rain."
Yeah, that song is trash.
I guess
he wrote it. He thought it was a good idea. He recorded it, but it's not even the most surprising part of that song is not that he wrote it and thought it was a good idea. It's the fact that LL Cool J agreed to then come on it,
exactly,
and do it. Like that part.
If you forgive my gold chains, I'll forgive the iron chains, I believe is the line.
Yes, and so not only is LL Cool J saying he's fine with that trade-off, which, first of all, what? He's also then speaking for all of the African Americans in the country. Like, no, guys, me and Paisley got a deal. They're just going to ignore the fact that we wear what we want to wear, and we're just going to ignore that slavery happened. It's a totally good deal.
There was on SNL, I remember right after that song came out, they did a sketch where they came on Weekend Update.
Yep.
Like, Kenan Thompson was LL Cool J, and I can't remember who played Paisley, or it was Jason Sudeikis played Brad Paisley, and they go on, they're like, "We did it! We cured racism!"
Racism is LL Cool J and Brad Paisley have declared racism is over.
Yeah. and then Stephen Colbert did the awesome one where he made his own version called Oopsie Daisy Homophobe, and he sang it with Alan Cummings, and that one was really
that
really
one was pretty funny.
But yeah, that song, that's the one from his career that I will just consider a huge... Like, I will never defend that song. It's a huge... I will apologize for some of his other ones, but that one, no. That is the biggest piece of shit I've ever heard.
You guys know how Beyonce tried to get all those ugly pictures taken off the internet? And also the Star Wars Christmas special, they tried to, like, burn or whatever. Yeah, like, that's what they need to do with this song, is they need to purge it from everyone's life.
Just like, everyone will be like, oh, there was that one terrible song. Oh, I can't find it on any of the, digital media anymore.
I even have the CD
I don't know what
gone.
song. I don't know what song you're talking about.
My CD somehow.
If I remember right, yeah, it charted on the radio because of how many times people were playing it to say, "Listen to this crappy song."
Yeah, no, it is honestly like, not just, obviously it's the worst Brad Paisley song, but like, that's one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. Just like, regardless of genre or artist, like that's just one of the worst songs I've ever heard.
It is genuinely one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, it's like, I was gonna say I'd rather listen to Sam Hunt, but I won't go that far.
I think it was Nelly is in Cruise, right? Like I used to think
Nelly,
that song was the worst song ever. When
Nelly was in Cruise. Ludacris was in Dirt Road Anthem.
At least with Dirt Road Anthem, like it was already a rap song.
Yeah. Even though Jason Aldean said it wasn't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Wasn't it originally supposed to be Colt 45 or something?
Colt Ford, you mean?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Colt 45 and 2 zigzags.
We got 40s.
Maybe that's all I wouldn't.
No, yeah, because Colt Ford was in the original one with Brantley Gilbert.
Okay. Yeah.
Next week we're doing Afro Man.
Yep, Afro Man. Country, not country or sellout. Obviously country. Yeah, that'd actually be funny if we did an episode. It was just like, this week we're gonna do Eminem, and we're gonna say, is he country?
It's like, man, we just get to the end, like, I gotta go with not country on this one.
It was a tough decision, but Eminem, not country. Even though I consider, honestly, this is off topic, but I consider him like a country artist of rap because he actually talks about his life in his songs rather than bitches and hoes. So I've always loved Eminem for that, for actually writing songs that pertain to his life.
But you don't know that all those rappers rapping about bitches and hoes aren't just literally loaded with bitches and hoes all day. So they're just like, well, I got to rap about my life, and look at all these bitches and hoes.
Yeah. Yeah, in the background of my sound, you can hear the garage door opening because my mom or dad just got home. For anyone, all the
Ggerg
listeners,
Egdoh?
Ggerg Egdoh's home. I'm at my parents' house right now. So that's why if someone storms into my room, and it'll probably be one of my parents, that's why. I'm not editing out because I'm not taking the time to do that. But
like, Mom,
man,
I'm going on a podcast.
I just think that all the rap country combos have just failed miserably.
No, yeah.
Except for The Devil Went Down in Georgia, but that's different.
That was the invention of rap. But yeah,
but like it's just so because like I'm not against like genre crossing.
Yeah, depend a genre isn't a terrible thing to do, but
country rap is an abomination. Like that's just it is
bad.
It's worse than pop country. Like I'd rather listen to Taylor Swift than like Chance the Rapper and goddamn Kanye mixing a song with Brad Paisley. That would be horrendous.
Oh no, it's terrible. Like the Lax, who I had no idea who they were until Steve made me listen to them. Because he heard them. You made me listen to them.
I probably do. Oh, yeah.
The knife to his throat. Listen to this.
I held a gun to his head, and I said, you better listen to this right now.
Yeah, but the thing that was more shocking to me was that, like, people like it.
Yeah.
Like, that makes absolutely no sense to me.
Well, I don't care if you like crappy music. It's when you try and, like we've talked about, it's when you try and say... what is it? You piss in a jar and tell me it's lemonade or whatever. Like,
yeah, no, and like I'm not trying to like disparage the humans that like it. I just physically cannot wrap my hand.
I am. They're mentally ill. If you like that shit, you're mentally ill.
I'm just saying, like I can't wrap my head around that concept of like when you listen to that song, like a Lax song, like hearing that is like, no, I like that. Like, I don't understand that idea at all. Like, if you do, fucking go crazy, have fun. But I don't get it. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, we could go into his songs.
If you try and play something like Lax at like a summer festival and you have it blaring on your speakers, don't be surprised when I burn down your entire car.
It happened at Camp Savage a few times. But yeah, so his first CD was when he was wearing a black hat instead of a white hat.
Yeah, it was a huge thing that he changed from black hat to white hat.
Yeah. But
accidentally racist style.
Yep. I mean, honestly, we probably won't have much bad to say about him for his first few CDs because his career started off just really freaking good.
Oh, yeah, no, I would say when I listen to, and like this is the other thing we talked about before we did this podcast, was just like, I don't listen to Paisley a whole lot anymore just because of, in my opinion, his last several albums have just been like a downhill trend or just like a plateau of mediocrity, and I'm not huge on it. So usually when I listen to Paisley nowadays, I will just go back to like Who Needs Pictures as an album, his first album, because I do like pretty much every song on the album. The songs, I mean, obviously, Me Neither is hilarious and great.
Yeah, I love Me Neither.
But the song I've Been Better is a really good song. The song We Danced is a really good song. And the song...
I always piss people off with We Danced because whenever I listen to it, it just goes, and we danced. I just go, and we fucked. And it was like, what was it? And we danced right out there on the hardwood floor. It's just like, and we fucked right out there on the hardwood floor.
But the other one I was going to say is the Nervous Breakdown song is an absolute awesome
God, that just
guitar
shows
song.
how amazing he is at guitar.
Yeah, so like
so
if no one has listened to Paisley much, or they only heard a few of his songs on the radio, he is one of the best guitarists I've ever seen. Like, he really is. He's just tremendously talented, and so in some of his older songs, he's got a lot of like really cool guitar riffs, and then he's got a lot of these instrumentals. And so the song "Nervous Breakdown," he's shredding, and it's insane.
That's actually what I read about, and I agreed with, is that in recent years, his last few CDs, he hasn't really had any songs that just show off his guitar licks, but on Love and War, he has a bunch of songs where his guitar solos again, and I love it.
Yeah, guitar.
Yeah, and then the only other one I really like, I mean, I love the whole CD, but the only one I really want to talk about is It Never Would Have Worked Out Anyway. Did we say that one? I forgot.
Nope, I didn't.
No. But yeah, that one's really funny, where it's just talking about like ruining some girls' relationships because it's like, hey, it wouldn't have worked out anyway. It's like one of them's like, I told him you were like pretty much like a truck stop prostitute. It wouldn't have worked out anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the other thing about Paisley that's been like is great to listen to because he's got a really good sense of humor. So he's got a lot of songs that are just legitimately funny and good.
Yeah. And then the one thing transitioning into part 2 is that the last song of Who Needs Pictures and the first song 2 Feet of Topsoil on part 2, if you listen to those songs back to back, the song fades into each other.
Almost like it's part 2.
Yeah, so I thought that was really cool that it just kind of transitions into the next CD, because obviously there are CDs that it sounds like it's kind of one continuous track, but the fact that he does that between 2 CDs is just really cool.
Oh, yeah. And then part 2 is also just a really good album.
Oh, God, I'm looking at it, I'm trying to think of what my favorite off of it, and I think my favorite might have to be Come On Over Tonight, because that one is...
That's a good song. It's pretty funny. No, my favorite song from the album was I Wish You'd Stay.
Yeah, I was going to say that one also.
Really sad, really good. And like that's the kind of... Like if you listen to that song, like that sound is my favorite of like the Brad Paisley sounds.
Yeah.
Like he's got that a lot in this album. He's got that a lot on Who Needs Pictures, and even into Mud on the Tires. And that's the Paisley that I like a lot, which is why it breaks my heart to listen to some of his new shit. Yeah,
the funny songs off the CD, I'm Gonna Miss Her is obviously his huge one. He's got Not Two People Fell in Love, that one's serious. All You Really Need Is Love. All You Really Need Is Love. That's just the one where it's like, all you really need is love, and a band, and invites, and the placemats, and all that. Just talking about the wedding.
And he's just like talking about like, oh, all of a sudden you're all nervous about the wedding. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, that one's funny. But then, like, I love "You'll Never Leave Harlem Alive" because it's used in the show Justified, which is an amazing show.
Oh yeah, that is a really good song.
Yeah,
Even though I don't know anything about West Virginia or Kentucky or all of that coal mining nonsense.
Yeah.
But that's a great song.
Well, they voted for Trump. That was the thing that happened.
Yeah. And then that obviously has the instrumental Munster Rag, which is awesome because it ends with like the little theme from the Munsters. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But the part 2, the title song is really good. Just like Why Can't We Try It Again, and like the sequel type thing. And 2 Feet of Topsoil is like I feel lower than dirt kind of right now, and all that kind of stuff. And it's just God, I'm gonna have trouble adding songs to the playlist because there are so many good freaking songs.
Well, and so like, how many albums does you have? I don't want to count them out loud.
I'm not sure. A lot.
There's a lot of them.
10,
Yeah, so
9 or 10, I think, maybe.
Yeah, and so that's the other thing about Paisley. Just like as an artist, like he's had so many albums that even though his last couple I don't like a lot, and I don't listen to, he still has so much music that I do
11.
like. Oh yeah, shit. So he's got so much music that I do like that it's like, if you have heard Paisley on the radio and you feel the way I do, where you're just like, all right, this guy is kind of check out this older stuff because it's very different and it's very good.
Yeah, his style changes through time. It's over 18 years of albums. It's gonna.
Well, yeah,
change.
like his first, Who Needs Pictures came out in '99, so like obviously there was going to be a change. And like I'm not faulting anyone for having a transition, in their music style. I'm just saying
Darius
the
Rucker.
quality, just the quality has gone down the shitter. Hootie!
But yeah, then the next CD is Mud on the Tires, which again,
stuff.
which has the funny songs of celebrity or famous people. The cigar song talking about how the
cigar song is really clever and
puts
I
out
like
an
that song
insurance on his cigars, and then he ends up getting arrested for arson and because he lights them all on fire and stuff. It's really funny.
So it goes down for insurance fraud. That's hilarious.
Yeah. But this CD, it has some of the best songs he's ever had. Make
a Mistake with Me is a good song.
Make a Mistake with Me. Whiskey Lullaby. That's one. That's
just that song.
That song. I mean, we talked about it on the Drinking Songs episode. That song is the one that inspired me to play guitar, just because I love the guitar, the acoustic riff in it. It's so good.
Yeah, and to keep the tradition going, where sad songs are always the best songs.
Yeah.
That is one of the saddest songs you'll ever hear in your life. Like, in my opinion, the saddest song that's ever been made, which a lot of people say, is He Stopped Loving Her Today. Second is Whiskey Lullaby, because it's kind of the exact same song, just slightly different.
Yeah.
Just with a Alison Krauss.
And then
so it's the same song, only instead of him dying and then that's the end, it's she then also dies. So it just doubles down on the drinking yourself to death.
Oh, all the dead.
Yeah, and then
everyone dies.
I think my other favorite songs are you said The Best Thing I'd Going, and then which is Chris Stapleton wrote, which is really cool. But then why am I blanking so much right now? Little Moments, because that's just a nice love song. It's just like talks about all the little things that kind of make him fall in love with his wife a little more every day.
Aww.
Yeah. So I really like. Yeah. So I like that one. But moving on to Time Well Wasted, 05.
I think Time Well Wasted was the first album I heard by him, because I want to say it was one of those that like my dad bought the CD and like had it in his car.
I think Fifth Gear was the first one I heard by him, or maybe Mud on the Tires. I can't remember.
Because it's like 2005. I mean, I have no idea what I was doing, but like somewhere in here, like so either Fifth Gear or Time Well Wasted. Because I know unless my dad listens and says I'm completely wrong, I want to say he had both of them and had them in his car, and so just like being in the car randomly, hearing the songs was like kind of my first introduction to Paisley. And so so I would say like So yeah, like those two albums, Time Well Wasted and Fifth Gear. These songs, even the ones that I think aren't like as good, they still have a special place in my heart because of when I heard them. Obviously, Alcohol is a great song because it's really funny, but it's also just good.
That's one that I usually just kind of skip. Because I mean, if I'm drinking, I'll listen to it. But if not, if I'm just relaxing, I'll just skip it
because it makes you want to drink.
Yeah,
because booze is great.
Yeah,
but the thing I would say is, I'll
Take You Back is hilarious.
I think the best song on Time Well Wasted, though, is When I Get Where I'm Going, because that is a really good song.
That's just a phenomenal song overall. Time Well Wasted is good. I like You Need a Man Around Here. It's really funny, where it's just like that TV smaller than my computer screen. You need a buckhead over your thing, and I'll drink all your beer. Like, you need a man around here. It's kind of thing, telling some girl that her house is too girly. It needs a dude's touch to it, which is really funny. But then Out in the Parking Lot with Alan Jackson, I really love that song. Love Is Never Ending. It's just a nice love song. There's just a Time Warp is then another instrumental that's just insane of how fast they can freaking play their instruments. But I think When I Get Where I'm Going is good, but I think my favorite is Waiting on a Woman, just because it's such an amazing love song.
I wonder if You Need a Man Around Here came out like nowadays, if it would be liked that much.
Oh, so much misogyny.
Yeah, exactly.
So much misogyny in that song. I don't need no man.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just like masculinity has become a kind of a bad thing, being too alpha or whatever.
You know what? You know what Paisley would do if he released it now? He'd follow in the footsteps of Accidental Racist, and he would just release it as "You don't need a man around here," and it would just talking about you are a strong, independent woman.
Actually,
you don't need no man.
there's a song on American Saturday Night that has that theme to it, where it's the pants. Or no, and She's Her Own Woman, actually. Both of those are about a woman being stronger than a dude.
Which, I mean, it's fine.
Well, it's
about pants.
Yeah, it's about pants.
But I mean, those are fine and all, but it's like there is definitely... I just think there's a theme of, masculinity not being a very liked thing anymore, and so that song would probably just get shit on, so...
Yeah. Oh, Kevin.
See, but then there's also, Body Like a Backroad charts and is on the charts for fucking months.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
But that's because Sam Hunt is so hot!
Exactly. And you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly why.
Yep.
Hot dudes are allowed to be douchebags.
Yep. Yeah. So, we can move on from that one, unless you have anything else about Time Well Wasted.
Nope.
Before we get to his next actual CD release, I want to say that on Brad Paisley Christmas, I know you don't like Christmas songs, but the one song that I actually do love and I listen to a lot during Christmas season is Kung Pao Buckaroo Holiday, because it's so fitting. Is this the one? It's just like, you can't say Christmas, you gotta say holiday, and they just keep censoring the song, and it's just like, I'm dreaming of a boop Christmas. It's like, you can't say white, you have to say Caucasian. I'm dreaming of a Caucasian holiday.
But the real thing here is that he's the first person ever to put out the songs Jingle Bells, Silent Night, or Silver Bells.
He's definitely first.
Fair.
First
he
one
wrote
ever.
them,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
he wrote them, recorded them. He gets paid so much money every year just because he wrote those songs.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, yeah. So fifth gear, Kevin. Fifth gear.
Fifth Gear is fucking great.
I'll just start off by saying my favorite song by him, my favorite song by Brad Paisley, and probably my favorite country song of all time, "Letter to Me," is on this CD.
"Letter to Me" is so good.
It is legitimately one of my favorite songs. I heard it in high school when I was going through some shit, so it really hit home, and I fucking love that song so
Everybody went
much.
through shit in high school. That's just like high school.
I know, I'm just saying. That's when it came out, because it's talking about when he was 17, and I was 17 when I heard it, and so it just hit home, and I love it.
It was a good song.
Yeah, but outside of that song, Online is obviously another one of those really funny songs. All I Wanted Was a Car is a funny one. I'm Still a Guy.
Mr. Policeman.
Mr. Policeman.
Yeah, Mr. Policeman's pretty funny.
If Love Was a Plane, another really funny one. Just like talking about how 6 in 10 relationships go down, so if love was a plane, would you get on it? That kind of thing. It's really good.
No, I wouldn't. Not get on that plane.
Exactly. But then, obviously, his big ones are like Ticks, his kind of just a one about hitting. It's not about picking up a girl, like just wanting to. I don't know. It's
On the bone.
wanting to bone.
Yeah, no, it's just another one of those where like
She doesn't want French. She wants to burn.
is one of those like I feel like forever country music has had this like we're gonna talk about banging, but we're not gonna say anything
very subtle.
specific, so we're gonna be subtle, and it's just one of those songs.
Yeah. And then outside of Letter to Me, I think the ones I really like off the CD are like Oh Love. That's his first one he sang with Carrie Underwood. That one's really good. I actually like it better than his other one he sings with her. With You Without You is one I listen to a lot, where it's like I can be in love with you even without you type thing. Bigger Fish to Fry is funny. It's another one with the Kung Pao Buckaroos. But yeah, like definitely my favorite's Letter to Me, and then With You Without You those are probably my two favorites off the CD.
Yeah, I would say Letter to Me is just absolutely tremendous, and I'd probably listen to that way more than any of the other songs on it.
I think, Letter to Me is one of his best songs. It's got to be his top
Oh,
5.
yeah.
Like, it's a phenomenal song.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, and then this one also has another instrumental called Throttle Neck, which is really fast and good.
Because he is good at the guitar.
Yeah, and then between Fifth Gear and American Saturday Night, he came out with a CD called Play, which is probably his most overlooked CD. No one really listens to it. It's just kind of a lot of instrumentals and then covers. He does the song with Keith Urban. He sings a song with Steve Werner, Buck Owens. Does the Cluster Pluck, which is just a bunch of dudes who know how to chicken pick their guitars, and does the B.B. King song and stuff. It's a really good CD, but it's just because it's not really about the lyrics, it's more about the instrumental, which is obviously why it's called Play. So it was just really overlooked, but it's really good.
Yeah, I don't think I have heard some of the songs on here.
Oh,
I am one of those people who has definitely overlooked it.
Yeah,
he is really good at guitar, so that's
the songs that I actually listen to the most off of it are Kim, which is obviously written about his wife Kim, and it's just this really nice instrumental, like romantic type song. And then
it was about Kim Jong-il.
No, Kim Jong Un.
He wasn't around back in then.
The Kim Dynasty.
He was around.
He just loves the
Yeah,
whole
the whole
Kim the whole Kim Dynasty, exactly. All three of them.
But yeah, that song, and then Kentucky Jelly, because Kentucky Jelly I think is the best song that shows how amazing he is at guitar, because it is so fast and so good. But yeah. Anyway, that's one people really don't look at. So if you want to hear a really good instrumental CD, listen to that one. But then American Saturday Night, this CD came out right when I was like really listening to him, because this was senior year of high school, and this was first concert I ever saw with him was the American Saturday Night tour. And
yeah,
this CD from start to finish, there isn't a song that I don't like.
Yeah.
Like, I think the weakest off the CD is probably the Pants.
You don't like Pants now?
I don't. It
Guy?
doesn't even have pants on. What kind of all guy gets with no pants?
So, take your job.
And you do the math is about boning, so that's always fun.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and
subtly talking about
as subtle as a sledgehammer.
But yeah, I think my favorite off this CD is probably "Oh Yeah, You're Gone."
I'm a fan of that H2O.
Water.
Yeah, water. It's
Water.
actually Gatorade.
Yeah,
Gatorade's better.
H2O.
Yeah, I
Bobby
think
Boucher.
I think "Oh Yeah, You're Gone" is my favorite, and then I Hope That's Me, and then probably Then, just because then. Oh, actually, Everybody's Here. I forgot about that one. Everybody's Here is amazing.
You're just gonna name the whole album?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, he did start off by saying, I like all of the things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like then obviously the upbeat ones that people listen to like when drinking are American Saturday Night, Water,
Welcome to the Future.
Welcome to the Future,
Which is now out of date.
yeah.
Yes.
But then yeah, like because his more like sad songs are like No, Oh Yeah, You're Gone, Everybody's Here. Then like the love songs are She's Her Own Woman, I Hope That's Me. Then
Okay, now we literally have talked about every single
Yeah,
song.
pretty
on
much.
that.
I'm just saying kind of like how you'd classify them, but yeah. Well, yeah, if I had to
Classify your face.
if I had to pick 3 off of it, it would be Everybody's Here, Oh Yeah, You're Gone, and I Hope That's Me.
Sure, and I can get behind that.
Catch All the Fish is a great drinking song too. Go and catch all
Yes,
the
it
fish.
is.
Go and drink all the beer.
I'm drinking all the fish. You can catch the beer. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then he had like a kind of a couple year, or it was only 2 years between, but in between he had his first greatest hit CD come out. I only want to talk about it because he has he has a live second CD, which is really cool. Listen to his songs live because they had guitar solos. But the one that I listen to a lot from it is this is the version of Then I listen to. It's just a piano version. So it doesn't have like all the instrumental. It's just a piano playing it, and I love it. It sounds so cool.
I figured your favorite song was I'm Still a Guy, so you can remember that because, sometimes you...
Need reminding.
Yeah.
It's true. I do
You're a little
forget.
gender fluid over here.
Yeah, I ain't no cis white male or whatever. But no, yeah, like the
Steve gets
Then.
confused when he sees a penis in his pants.
It's just, how do I identify this?
Yeah, but yeah, the Then piano mix. I'll add that one to the playlist because I like that better than the original Then because it just sounds really cool. But
You're a playlist.
yeah,
Rude.
Next, this is
But
country music,
then
Kevin.
he came out with This Is Country Music and decided, he's like, now that I've defined what country music is, I'm going to stop making good music.
He decided
This was
that
the last
he can define
album that
racism, he can
say,
define what a woman wants,
I
and
thought
he
you
can
were
define what country
for a
music
second.
is.
I thought you were saying you didn't like this one. I was like,
No. This is the last one. He did good here,
Yeah.
and then he decided, now that I've done it, I said this is country music.
Yeah, 'cause-
that there is country music. Now let
Been
me
on the
shit
can.
into your ears.
Looking at it, the only songs I don't like about off of it are Camouflage, which was his first CD or his first song that didn't go number 1 after 14 straight songs. It was his
Yeah, that's not a very good song.
Yeah, Camouflage is bad. Toothbrush, I'm not a huge fan of. And then Don't Drink the Water, the one that is Blake Shelton in it, not a fan
Yeah,
of that
that's
either.
no.
I like Don't Drink the Water.
I mean, it's like I said, these are
You
all
would
songs.
drink the water.
These are all songs
Damn right
I
I would.
can listen to. It's just I don't. Like I said, the only song I can just physically cannot listen to by Brad Paisley is "Accidental Racist." So those are the ones that I think are weak off of it. But like the CD, the songs off of it that I love, my favorite off the CD is "A Man Don't Have to Die." I think,
Yeah, I would say that and just the title track, This Is Country Music. I
Yeah.
think those two, I would say, are my favorite from it. I like Old Alabama because it's got Alabama.
yeah,
And
I do.
like
That one's
Alabama.
a nice upbeat one. I like.
This Is Country Music was used for like the CMAs or whatever, wasn't it? Like that was a really cool thing to
He
see.
premiered it on the stage, but
Okay.
it wasn't used for it.
Because I know that was like cool that he got with the background and all those guys.
Yeah, where he lists off all the
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah, and that was really cool to see. I mean, that was
Yeah, I remember
something
that.
for someone that obviously wasn't around for half these songs coming out. It was a different style and time. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool to see.
That was probably the last time I watched a country award show, too.
Probably,
now they're
yeah.
garbage. Yeah, because
Yeah.
then Taylor Swift won like probably a year later, and everybody said,
Oh,
"Fuck
yeah, and
that."
then it's just like, all right.
Yeah,
Time to suck.
My 3 favorite off this is "A Man Don't Have to Die" is my favorite, and then I love "One of Those Lives" and my new favorite "Memory." Those are both because those are just real good. Like "One of Those Lives" is just like, he's like, I'm just having a crappy day, and then then it talks about like he gets a phone call saying that someone has cancer, and he goes, "Oh, I've been having one of those days, but he's having one of those lives," and it's just a really,
Yeah, it's a good song.
it's a
He's
really
laughing at people with shitty lives.
exactly.
However, working on a tan just gets me some kind of way.
That
So,
one,
it's a great
working
song.
working on a tan's great. It's just a nice party. Like
It's really catchy.
it's a really upbeat song, yeah. And then the instrumental off this one's great because it has Clint Eastwood in it.
Yeah.
That one's
Thanks,
great.
James, the band.
Because Clint Eastwood is awesome.
Yeah. Then the last song I would definitely want to say that I really love also is "I Do Now," where he's just kind of talking about how like I didn't understand what the preacher was saying when we got married, but I do now, type thing, because he lost his woman.
My
I
woman.
done lost my woman.
Oh, and then so good.
Wowman.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's the next album we're going on to.
Yeah. And then so then his next CD was where he kind of
He did
Haters Gonna Hate. I love this album.
Accidental Racist.
it's
Yeah, well, obviously not that shit.
Yeah, this is the first one where I just kind of listened to it and I was like, it just was alright. Like, the songs that are good, I love Beat the Summer. It's a really good summer song.
Yeah.
I like Outstanding in Our Field because it's another just kind of upbeat weekend song.
Yeah, it's got Hunter Hayes
Mona
on it,
Lisa's
so fuck
fucking
you.
awesome.
He
too.
only plays guitar in it. I don't care.
Fuck you. I said it. I ain't taking
Not
it
allowed
back.
to touch it, huh?
But yeah, like this one, because there's really, like, the songs that I think are, like, genuinely good kind of written song. Like, I like Beat the Summer because it's upbeat, but...
Officially Alive is the one that's gonna, like, that actually makes you feel alive.
Officially
It's an amazing
Alive
song.
and Those Crazy Christians, I think, are kind of good songs, but the rest of them are just ones where he tries being funny, like, the whole time.
Well, I mean, that's the Mona Lisa was like that. It's a good song. I mean, he's defining, you know.
Yeah,
He's
I like the
perfect there.
song. It's just this
she's
CD.
perfect, yeah,
It just
whatever.
didn't seem like he took it.
Yeah, no, I just didn't like it. Like, I don't know. Like, even, like, Beat This Summer, I still, like, I just...
I like that.
It's
one.
just like, I just
I like Pressing on a Bruise. I guess that one's a pretty good one.
Death of a Single Man's funny. I like it. I mean, yeah, he might not be his most artistic, album or whatever, but it's still an album that has a fun style.
It was
It's
entertaining.
just a
Well, I
different-
also like in Death of a Married Man with Eric Idle.
Yeah.
because Eric...
That one's really funny because if you really listen closely to it, it's like I had a heart attack while playing charades. Everyone yelled out "heart attack," and everyone goes "heart attack," and then you hear one guy go "Pledge of Allegiance."
No, that is true. I have laughed very hard to that joke.
That one's really funny. And then it goes into Harvey Bodine where it's just like, I died, so am I legally married because it says till death do us part. Like I'm not saying, it's just that there aren't a lot of songs that are too serious. Like
Well, it's
obviously,
not a powerful album, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It just wasn't like, and Runaway Train, I guess that's a kind of serious one.
Tin Can
but-
on a String's a pretty good song. I mean,
Yeah, Tin Can, yeah. Like, there are good ones, but overall, yeah, this was just kind of his... I think this is probably my least favorite by him. I like Moonshine in the Trunk better.
I don't. I like Wheelhouse more.
Actually,
It all sucks.
no, yeah.
Burn it down.
Never mind, looking at the playlist. I just remembered I kind of liked one of the songs when it came out, but no, yeah, I do like Wheelhouse better. Yeah, Moonshine in the Trunk is his weakest, looking at it again.
I mean, Perfect Storm's good, but like High Life and Crushing It, and like it was just another like one of those frat song.
I remember when
albums.
Crushing It came out, and I was just like, oh man, he decided not to go back to being good. He decided to continue to be terrible.
Well, I mean, this was like the time when like people were just coming out with frat albums and frat country
Yep.
and stuff, and I think he was hopping on the money train that Nashville told him to hop
2014 was like the peak bro era.
I know. I was in college then, and that was when I was a peak bro, and I liked this stuff then. But now I just look back, I'm like, this. I couldn't listen to something like Crushing It without smelling nasty bush light in my mouth.
I need
Or
substance.
tasting, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever sense. I'm
From
using.
this CD, the songs that I do, the upbeat song that I do suggest people listen to is "Moonshine in the Trunk." I do like that song, but the ones that I think are genuinely good songs are "Perfect Storm" and "American Flag on the Moon."
Country Nation's not good.
Country Nation, he just laundry lists colleges, and that's just
Yeah, I
kind
was
of-
thinking about a different song, and then I remembered what Country Nation was. It's like, this is...
You're thinking of the Nationwide song.
Yeah, probably.
Nationwide is on our side.
Yeah, the one that he does, yeah.
Yeah, but no, yeah, American Flag on the Moon,
Sellout.
American Flag on the Moon, and Perfect Storm are two genuinely good songs.
I love when people scream sell out. I would sell out every day of the week.
I'd be such a sellout.
Yeah, we've mentioned that a few times.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to sponsor our podcast, we will do it.
Oh, we'll sell out. We'll sell out hard. How much money are you going to give me?
I kind of like the song Four Wheel Park. It's not a great song, but I do like. I mean, because the first time I heard it, it was in concert, and he did a bluegrass version of it, and I really liked it.
On the Spotify, it literally says Four Wheel Park, feat Brad
Yeah,
Paisley,
featuring Brad
feature
Paisley.
Brad Paisley. What? He's in it 4 different times.
Yeah, no, I see that. He's featuring himself.
So it's Four Wheel Park, and he's featured 4 times.
The other one I kind of enjoy just because it's stupid is High Life, where it's just a bunch of lowlifes living the high life because they keep suing people.
That's it.
that one's kind of funny, and has Carrie Underwood
I
in
don't
it.
remember what Riverbank was.
Riverbank
It's
was
bad.
is like I laughing all
Laughing
the way
all
to
the
the
way.
Yeah, to the riverbank.
Oh, that's probably why. Because I probably heard it one time in my life. And
It's
I've never listened to this.
The only thing about it I like is the guitar riff. It's really cool guitar riff, but
But it's bad.
yeah, it's not a good song. Yeah, and then Yeah, so that was kind of his weakest album. And then recently, Love and War, I think it's his best album since This Is Country Music, if not American Saturday Night. I really like this CD. I know we talked about it last week on the podcast, or 2 weeks ago on the podcast, but
He has a song called Selfie, so I already say this song
that
sucks.
song is actually hilarious.
And then Mick Jagger's in a song. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Mick
And Timbaland?
Is in 2 songs. Yeah.
That Timbaland. can
Yeah,
shit,
no, I was
so-
gonna let Steve go on and
Yeah,
talk
you need to
about how he
explain
likes
yourself, Steven.
All right.
He can go on and say that he likes it, but
Yeah, Doug doesn't
No.
listen to our podcast, so he doesn't listen. He doesn't know this. But
do
last
sometimes.
time for everything is a good song. It got on me
that
quick.
is a good song.
Yeah.
However, the album is not good. I don't like it.
His strongest song off the CD is Today, which is the single that I actually looked up. It went number 3 on the radio, so it's nice that it got some traction because it deserves it.
But what about Heaven South? It's such a good song.
It's all right. The one thing I'll say about Heaven South is instrumentally, I like it. It's catchy, but yes, it is very laundry list. It is very laundry list.
I don't care if he's got a good instrumental.
You're just
because
jealous
he's got
you don't live
11
in the South, Kevin.
He's got 11 goddamn albums.
Yeah.
I don't
But-
need a good guitar riff and then shitty words.
Yeah. Then
Because I don't need that anymore because I can go back and listen to his good stuff and I'm good. If he's going to release shit, make it good.
whatever.
Indeed.
But yeah, then like Drive of Shame, it's just like a rock song with Mick Jagger, which is just kind of entertaining. Love and War is a really good one too with John Fogerty. It just talks about pretty much how our country pretty much neglects veterans, pretty much. And
Oh, that's a bummer.
yeah. And but yeah, like I said, today is the strongest one. Selfie, The Internet Is Forever is actually hilarious. It's a really funny song. It's the first song that's made me laugh out loud by him since probably Wheelhouse when I listened to that Harvey Bodine song. But Grey Goose Chase is a really nice upbeat song, just talking about like drinking you off my mind is a waste of time. I'm just going on a Grey Goose Chase, which is it's produced by Timbaland. He's not actually in the song, so it's actually a pretty good song. But the other one he's on, Solar Power Girl, is legitimately the worst song off the CD. It's not a good song.
What about The Devil Is Alive and
The
Well?
Devil Is Alive and Well is a really good song. It's just pretty much like saying it doesn't matter what your belief is, but the devil's definitely alive and well in this world. Like, pretty much this world's going to shit. And then the other good one that's has Bill
Because of
Anderson.
them liberals.
Yeah, Bill Anderson is in Dying to See Her, which is a really good song. It's about his wife passing away, and now he's passing away to go see her in heaven. It's a good song. And then Gold All Over the Ground is the Johnny Cash poem that he made into a song, which is also very good. Yeah, I don't know. This CD...
You know, I heard Johnny Cash were pretty good back in the day. Never heard him, though. Never heard a song.
Yeah. I hate
I
country...
heard him make words at one time.
How many times have I heard someone say, I hate country music? And they go, oh, you don't like Johnny Cash? They go, oh, except Johnny Cash. I'm like, you just say you like Johnny Cash because that's the cool thing to say.
Yeah, it's like a hipster
He
thing
wore
now.
black, Steve.
Yeah.
Black is cool.
True. Very true. Very true.
Black is edgy, bro.
But yeah, so this, in my opinion, there are some songs that are weaker than others, but it is my favorite song since This Is CD since This Is Country Music. I think it's. I mean, I understand I am a Brad Paisley apologist because I am a giant.
you are.
I am a giant fan of him, but
Yeah, you are.
I do like this CD. It is his best one in years. Even I'm not saying it's a 10 out of 10 CD. I'm just saying it's his best one in years.
Yeah, but that's not hard when This Is Country Music came out in 2011.
I know. I'm just saying.
All right, now that Steve's been paid for saying what he needs to
Yeah.
say,
I'm being paid
the
by
sponsored
Brad.
album, we can actually shit on it a little bit.
Oh, but the one thing. Well, I guess we've gone through all of his songs, so we can go with Kevin. Is he country, not country, or sellout?
He's a sellout. Sorry, Steve.
Okay, that's your opinion, bro. To me, he's country. I will say he was a sellout, but I think Love and War is turning the tide back to country. That's my 2 cents. The one thing I have to say that I want to say supports my argument for country is he decided to leave without a fight off of that CD. Because that was supposed to
He still did it.
I know, but that was supposed to be his lead single into this CD, and then he ended up
don't
just
care.
scrapping it because he realized how
Still
terrible
did
the
it.
idea was. Yeah, which was a sellout move. But I'm saying it's country that he got rid of it and went back into his what he was doing.
I think he's country.
Nope.
Because,
Nope.
okay, yeah, he may have had a couple sellout songs. You know, Luke Bryan did his
Albums.
sorority bullshit for a while. But, I mean, like, he still puts
Luke
his...
Bryan
like,
is still a sellout.
Luke Bryan had country music once. Once upon a time.
Oh, we'll do an
That's
episode
what a
on Luke Bryan, and we will
sellout is.
discuss this.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is
sellout
that...
is someone who had good
on
music.
each album, though,
and
Brad
then
Paisley
they went down the
had...
shitter.
On each album, Brad Paisley still has his songs that he writes and all those kind of things that are like B-side tracks to everyone else because
Make you not a sellout.
you can write a couple songs to make the dough. He wants to buy his $25 million house in Georgia, so let him
Which
sell
is a
out.
sellout move.
So you can be both, okay?
No, you can't.
Miking the mic there, Doug.
That's the point of our stupid podcast. Say no, you cannot be both.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. So this is going to be our first disagreed episode of, which is fine because that's what you're supposed to do. This is supposed to be like part of the interruption type shit.
Oh God!
I
Which
just
one's
don't know-
which one's Stephen A?
Oh God,
Oh no, not
No,
that's,
you're-
that's
no.
disputed or
Yeah,
whatever.
you're thinking
Yeah.
of other crappies. No, I'm saying PTI, the actual good ESPN show that still exists.
No, it's a terrible show.
I don't like
I
that
love
show.
it. I
No,
love,
the only good
I love
shows are
Will
Around
Bond
the
and
Horn.
Around the Horn's pretty good.
Shut up, Steve. You don't even watch sports talk.
I don't because it's boring.
You just said you liked Pardon the Interruption.
I know, but that's why I watch it at the gym. I've never watched it anywhere because it's always on usually when I'm at the gym. But anyway,
You're a Jim.
anyway, all right. So we have said it.
Wow.
I say country. Doug says country. You say salt. 2-3. We win. You lose. Go home.
All right, you can go listen to fucking Accidental Racist on loop. You non-thinking
I will.
Maybe
sellout.
he wasn't
Bad
selling
race.
out. Maybe it was passionate for him, and he was trying to end racism. One shitty, terrible song that actually could cause.
Then
cancer.
he's retarded, and that's worse than being a sellout.
Anyway,
Be retarded. Yeah.
Kevin, albums coming out this week.
Albums!
I'm sure there's more than what I'm saying, but I am dumb and I forget about things all the time. So, albums coming out this on May 12th. Zach Brown Band's Welcome Home, which is supposed to be their return to country. I'm thinking next week we might do. Well, actually, we're gonna do Sam Hunt, but the weekend after we should do.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, we should do Zach Brown Band because I want to talk about if we got to review this album and see if they return to what they're saying they're going to do or if they just decided to stay shit. So we got to do a Zach Brown Band episode.
Yeah, that's fair because their first two albums were absolutely great.
Yeah, amazing. And then
Yeah.
3 and 4 were, well, 3 was okay, 4 was bad, and then so 5 is supposed to be really good again. So I'm hoping. And the
The
songs,
song "My Old Man" is a really good
yeah,
song.
the songs I've heard from it so far have been really good.
If there's
so-
one shitty ska reggae song on it, I'm just not listening to it ever again.
And then the other one, yeah, and then the other CD coming out.
I'll
this
personally
week
go to
is-
Nashville and slap him.
is a self-titled album by Coulter Wall. So
Okay.
yeah, his CD's finally come out, so he's real good. But yeah, so those are the only two I've written down for this week. I'm sure more are coming out that I'm not paying attention to, but whatever. So we got a couple CDs to review since we missed last week. We got 2 weeks worth. First is from April 28th. Old Crow Medicine shows 50 years of Blonde on Blonde live. It's just a 50th anniversary album. They perform Bob Dylan songs from his CD Blonde on Blonde, which came out in 1966. So it's pretty much it's just a Bob Dylan cover CD, but they perform it live. And it's good, but I'm not a Dylan fan, so I don't really.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel
care.
like that would the only way to review that is it is equal to whatever your value out of 10 for Bob Dylan is.
Yeah, so yeah, and I don't care about Bob Dylan, so it's like I listened to it. It was a good sounding CD. It sounded very folky and whatnot, but I just don't care about Bob Dylan, so I didn't. I listened to it once and was like, yeah, that's good enough. Even though I do love Old Crow Medicine Show too. So, but next is Willie Nelson's God's Problem Child. Really good CD. It's better than his last one that he just had come out a little bit ago. What are you doing? You trying to look something up?
No.
Anyway, it's a really good CD. The songs I have to say you got to listen to are True Love. It's a nice, like, kind of a sad, romantic-ish type song. The song Still Not Dead is really funny. It's just like, it's like, I woke up still not dead today. The internet said I passed away. It's really funny. I played it for Ggerg Egdoh, the Myspace pedophile, and he thought it was really funny. Because I was like, I was like, you guys gotta hear this new Willie Nelson song. And my mom goes, is it called I'm Still Alive? I'm like, kind of. Yeah, and it was really funny. And then the last one, I know you will fall in love with this song, and I guarantee you'll be listening to it on repeat. It's called He Won't Ever Be Gone, and it's about Merle Haggard.
Oh, my.
Yeah, and it's just talking about, like, he might be dead, but he'll never be gone because his music will live on forever. And he didn't write it, actually. I was surprised, but it's an amazing song, and I guarantee you will be listening to it on repeat.
Kevin, don't you have
That's
a Merle
awesome.
Haggard tattoo?
I do.
Yeah.
Safe to say, you love Merle.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know
You
us...
could say I'm a fan.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know us, Kevin has a Merle Haggard tattoo with an American flag around it, and I have a Waylon Jennings tattoo with Paisley around it. So, yeah, if you needed any more proof that I was a Brad Paisley homer, I have Paisley tattooed on my arm.
And it's not
Yeah,
a tattoo.
so ignore
it is
everything
a
he said
entire
positive
arm.
about...
It's
Ignore everything Steve said positive about the last 2
Yeah.
or 3 Brad Paisley albums. He's a homer.
He's a homer.
Yeah, it's an entire forearm tattoo of Paisley, but yes. And then lastly, from that week was Dalton Domino's Corners, and I think the songs Corners and Rain are the strongest off of it.
I listened to the front half of it and then got distracted and then stopped listening.
Yeah, it's a really good CD. It has a lot of rock to it, and on some songs, like "The River" is a really weird song. It's really good, but it's weird. Like it's a good CD. It's I would definitely suggest listen to it. I honestly think his last CD was better because he had the one song "All That Matters" because that song is amazing. But yeah, so that's that from that week. This week or last week was May 5th. First off was Colt Ford's Love, Hope, and Faith. I'm just gonna say no.
When you texted me saying that was included on the albums released, I was blown away that you even thought that we should have that included.
I know, but we can't have all just our positive vibes. We gotta say what's on suck too. And Colt Ford's is terrible.
Colt Ford needs to fuck off, just in general. Like 110%, be deported. Fuck off.
It was funny. Like 2 of the songs I listened to, they actually started off like really cool country songs, but then all of a sudden he started coming in and rapping. I was like, yep, that's why I hate this. Yep. But yeah, it's sad. But then next is Megan Barbera, Bluebird Sky. She's like an Americana folk artist. She's not really country. Like the CD's really good. It's just folk, a lot like super folky. It has instrumental or like brass and stuff, which is cool. But it's just like it's not really my sound. It's good. I will not doubt at that or short at that. But it's not my sound. But if you're a fan of Megan Barbera, then have at it.
Yeah, I did not listen, so...
Yeah, I figured you didn't. Then next is Chris Stapleton's From A Room, Volume 1. How you said you hated the title of that CD, it's because it was recorded in RCA Studio A.
Yeah, no, I did see that. I read that.
Creative.
Yeah, which is where
Which is still kind of a dumb name.
Yeah, it's a studio though where Willie and Waylon used to record, which is kind of cool. But yeah, we talked about it before we recorded this. We are in agreement that the strongest song off that CD is Either Way,
which is such a good song.
That song is amazing. The rest of it, it's a good CD, but it just doesn't stick out to me like The Traveler did. The Traveler had so many songs like Fire Away, Tennessee Whiskey, like just so many songs that just stuck out that you'd always want to jam out to. Whereas this one, it just felt kind of a little more of the same. Nothing really.
No, I mean, I liked it a lot. I wouldn't like.
No,
I would say that I would say Traveler's a better album, just in general. But I still think that this is like a really good album. So I don't even want to I don't want to compare it to Traveler to be like, well, it's not as good as Traveler because that makes it sound bad. Because I really think it's like the song Either Way is the best song from the album, and it's really a tremendous song. Like I put that up there, into his like top 5 songs. But then I also really love the song I Was Wrong because it's a song about him, admitting that he was wrong in a relationship, but it's like it's just a really good song.
Yeah.
The song Them Stems is really funny because he's talking about he's really down on his luck and he doesn't even have any weed left, so he's got to smoke the stems from the weed, and it's just like, I don't know, it's a pretty funny, different way, and it's like a really bluesy song too. So I really liked it in that way.
No, yeah, like I'm not saying the CD's bad at all. I'm just saying it just didn't stick out to me as much as Traveler did, because Traveler was just phenomenal.
Well, yeah, and like I think it's fair to say that it's not as good as Traveler. However, Traveler was one of the best albums that's come out in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So like comparing it to it is just like I still want to make sure I say like how good I think From A Room is.
Yeah. And
because it's just really good.
The other song I really like from this CD though is "Last Thing I Needed, First Thing This Morning." Even though it's a Willie Nelson cover, but it's still just really, really good.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I like that CD a lot. Or that, yeah, like the CD overall is great. It just didn't stick out as much to me. It's not that I'm comparing it really to Traveler. I'm just saying it didn't stick with me as much as Traveler did when it did come out, or when we did hear it. But yeah, it's okay. Yeah, and then the last CD that came out last week was John Moreland's Big Bad Love.
Yeah.
And
he's talking about his penis.
Yeah. My favorite song off that CD is Old Wounds.
I'm trying to find the album because I can't find it on my Spotify. So this is a nice bad podcast form.
Bad radio here.
Yeah, a little bad radio as I try to find this album, but I'm having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of technical difficulties, my computer just decided that Skype was not going to be on my computer anymore when we tried to start this podcast up, because we just like Skype each other and then record. And we were like connected and talking, and then Skype crashed, and then I tried to find it on my computer. It was just gone. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
It's the FBI, dude. They're following you.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So, this album I thought was it was weird.
Yeah, it's
because
different.
Well, that's it. Like honestly, what I thought was kind of weird was I like when he doesn't have a backing band.
Yeah,
which
when
is
it's just
kind of
acoustic,
weird.
yeah.
It's kind of weird to say that. And so the ones that he has a backing band, I'm kind of like, this is different.
And the CD is so upbeat compared to his other songs.
Well, the front half is. It definitely
yeah.
slows down in the back half, which I like. Which is why I like. So the songs No Glory and Regret, Slow Down Easy, and Latchkey Kid are my favorite. I think Latchkey Kid's probably my favorite
Yeah,
from
that
it.
one's really good.
Yeah,
Then It Don't Suit Me Like Before is really good, too.
It Don't Suit Me Like Before. It definitely is good. It's one to definitely check out, but... You know,
I think
him with a backing band throws me for a loop sometimes.
Yeah, like if you want to listen to John Moreland, honestly, well, obviously his CDs are good, but if you want a quick, like, just taste of him, listen to a Spotify session CD.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just
I usually
it's just
am
a
not
live
a-
CD in front of where he just does an acoustic set. It's so
Yeah,
good.
and I'm not usually one for, being huge on live albums because it's in the same vein of friggin' Christmas albums where you're just playing the same songs that I already have, so why am I going to pay more money for it?
Yeah.
But with Spotify, you just pay the same thing. So
I had no
the
idea
Spotify sessions is pretty good.
Yeah, I had no
It's
idea
really
that
good.
any Spotify sessions were good, so that's good to know. 'Cause
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
no,
they all were
I wouldn't
terrible.
have listened to it if it wasn't him.
Yeah.
So you're some indie rapper somehow, even though that's not a genre. It is now, because it's usually like what Spotify does.
Yeah,
Well, I saw Kane Brown has a Spotify deal.
Cool.
Anyway, yeah, so that
So I can
the
stick nails
CD
into my eyeballs
The CD's great.
instead.
We'll definitely do a John Moreland episode eventually because he's one that I love getting his name out because people don't realize how good he is.
I think we need to do his around the time when we go see him live.
Speaking of which, we need to get tickets soon. I just got a message on Facebook saying that tickets are scarce. So
Oh God!
Yeah,
we're
we
buying them as soon as we get off of this.
yeah, so yeah, we need to do that. Anyway, what we're listening to, mostly I just listen to the CDs that are coming up. But is there any the other thing? I was on iTunes looking up the CDs that were coming out and stuff, and in like the special bin or the clearance bin, they had
They don't like being called that, Steve.
yeah, they had Brantley Gilbert's newest CD. He has a deluxe edition for it out, which
Oh, I was gonna talk to you about that because I saw that on the deluxe whatever. He's got the song "You Promised."
I was
which
actually
is,
just about to say that. Yeah,
which is an extremely depressing song, but it's like
amazing.
It's absolutely amazing.
It just
And
shows how amazing Brantley Gilbert can be.
And I think that's awesome that he included it on his album because I mean, his album itself is probably garbage, but
No, it is. I listened to.
you get to the later tracks, and you've got something like that. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, You Promise. Yeah, that's exactly actually what I have written down. Brantley Gilbert, You Promise. But he also has a song on there called Against the World, which I had saved by a guy named Brian Davis on my Spotify,
Yep.
and I think
he was the dude that opened for him when we saw him.
Oh, was that him?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Yeah, he has a song called Against the World.
Steve had too many beers. He forgot.
No, I remember that a guy did an acoustic set, and I couldn't remember who he was. But yeah, he has a song called Against the World, and Brantley Gilbert, he must have co-written it with him, and it was another one that was on the deluxe edition. That song is really good too.
Yep.
But,
I like that Brian Davis has a song called Get Plowed.
Nice.
Okay, Wheeler Walker.
It just makes me laugh. So it's about just getting really, really drunk, but I just laugh so hard because he's just like, we're gonna get plowed. I'm like,
That's funny. That's funny. And then the other song I was listening to, it's not a country song. It's actually a song from like 2009 also. Lauren showed it to me. It's called Come Back to Me by David Cook. It's just a really good kind of breakup type song.
Was he one of the American Idol douchebags?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
but
well, fuck him.
this song, it's actually a really good song. It's like an alternative rock song. I like it, but yeah, that's the other thing I was listening to. What about you, Kevon?
So I texted you this yesterday. I just put together a playlist of really sad songs because I was bored and couldn't fall asleep. So I actually kind of started checking out some of the old songs that I hadn't really listened to in a while, and so I just kind of jammed through a lot of older stuff. I don't know what to say specifically. I mean, I would listen to like a lot of Clint Black and some Keith Whitley kind of stuff. But the one thing I wanted to say that I heard that I liked and have put on repeat a bunch of times was that the Trent Tomlinson song, That's What's Working Right Now, which came out in January. I listened to the rest of that EP because it was just on an EP. Wasn't a huge fan of the rest of it, but the song That's What's Working Right Now is really, really good. So I was listening to that, and then with that, I listened to the other Trent Tomlinson songs I really like.
That's kind of
Just Might Have a Radio On and One Ring in the Fire.
Yeah, like that's how I feel about Trent Tomlinson. Like he has those songs, those ones that you mentioned. Those are really the only ones I listen to either, and those ones are so good. And the rest of them are just like, oh, and,
yeah, it's weird.
And Drunker Than Me is a funny one.
That one is funny.
I can't date a girl that's drunker than me.
Yeah, so like it wasn't really. The other songs weren't really terrible, but they weren't good. But but the song That's What's Working Right Now was a tremendous song. So I was like, I can't stop listening to this one.
Yeah. So that's really all I got.
Yep.
So I guess we could do plugs.
Plugs.
If you want to find us on the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Instagrams, the SoundClouds, it's all at the Hodgecast. You can email us if you want to send us hate mail at thehodgecast@gmail.com. Our Spotify playlist, which I actually didn't update after our last one, so I need to go back and do that, is
God damn it, Steven.
Hodgecast picks. You can listen to songs that we talk about on the playlist. If you want to buy a shirt, it's at or a tank or coffee mug or whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
It's at tpublic.com/user.clifftron. My Facebook and twatters are Steve Hodge Music. Kevin's twatter is Chargeford. Doug, do you want to say your twatter?
No.
No? Okay. Doug is at no on Twitter.
At fuckoffsteven.
At fuckoffsteven.com.
So
thanks to Doug for joining us on our million listener podcast.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I'll be your Doug.
I could be your Doug.
I'll be your Doug.
So yeah, next week we'll talk about Sam Hunt.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And so until next week, I'm Steve Hodge, joined by Doug Hodge and Kevin Hodge, saying goodbye, good night, and good Charlotte.
God bless America.
I love you.